Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to list 10 things you never knew about The Truman Show. Let's get right into it. The Truman Show, a social science fiction gem from 1998, was Jim Carrey's first foray into dramatic territory, and it worked out beautifully. The story of a man whose entire life was broadcast as a 24-hour reality TV series without his knowledge has given rise to an actual psychological condition in which patients believe their lives are being televised. Before its release, Paramount executives nervously referred to it as the most expensive arthouse film ever made, only to be pleasantly surprised by its impressive box office returns. There are some intriguing stories behind the making of this intriguing film. Number 10. The original script was much darker. The original script for The Truman Show by Andrew Niccol was much darker in tone than the finished product. Initially, the scene in which Truman threatens Merle was more violent, with Truman attempting to drown his wife, and there was also a scene in which he cheated on his wife with a prostitute. In other scenes, he ignored an actor-staged sexual assault, threatened to kill a baby, and pointed a flare gun at a man. Number 9. Andrew Niccol wanted to direct from his own script. Originally, Andrew Niccol planned to direct The Truman Show from his own script, with Gary Oldman or Robin Williams playing Truman and Dennis Hopper playing Christoph. The $80 million film was deemed too large for Niccol to handle as his first, so he was replaced by Peter Weir, whose first choice for the title role was Jim Carrey. Number 8. Jim Carrey and director Peter Weir didn't get along at first. Jim Carrey and director Peter Weir didn't get along during the first days of filming because Carrey's contract allowed him to change the script, and he used that power to improvise lines on the fly, which Weir didn't appreciate. However, the two grew closer as Weir came to trust Carrey's improv abilities, and they communicated more about script changes. Number 7. Dennis Hopper was originally cast as Christoph. Dennis Hopper was originally cast in the role of Christoph, but Peter Weir felt he wasn't the right fit, despite his talent as an actor. As a result, Ed Harris was brought in as a last-minute replacement. He proposed making the character a hunchback, but Weir thought it was a bad idea. Number 6. Truman was supposed to be a teenager before Jim Carrey was cast. Truman Burbank was originally written as a teenager fresh out of high school, but when 30-something Jim Carrey was cast, that had to be changed. The original script's teen angst was replaced with a midlife crisis. Number 5. Studio executives missed the point and tried to include product placement. Throughout The Truman Show's production, Paramount executives pressed Peter Weir to highlight Jim Carrey's zany comedic talents, even suggesting that the film be turned into an all-out comedy. In addition, executives attempted to cram in some product placement, completely missing the point of the film. Weir inquired of the executive who had suggested this if he had read the script. Number 4. The location used for Sea Haven Island was Seaside, Florida. The Truman Show's original script was set in a fictitious version of New York City, but Peter Weir changed it to a quaint island town to avoid sci-fi cliches. Sea Haven Island was set in the fictional town of Seaside, Florida. Peter Weir told the location scouts to unpack their belongings as soon as they arrived in Seaside because they'd found the perfect town. Around 300 extras appeared in the film, the majority of whom lived in Seaside. Number 3. Jim Carrey agreed to a pay cut. In an exclusive interview with Screen Rant, Jim Carrey reveals that The Truman Show is the fastest he's ever said yes to a role. In fact, Carrey was so eager to take advantage of the opportunity to broaden his horizons as an actor and explore drama that he was paid less for it. Jim Carrey could command a $20 million payday by the time he signed on to make The Truman Show, but he accepted a pay cut to $12 million for the film. That is not a small sum of money, but it was 60% of what Carrey could have made for a different project, showing his dedication to his first dramatic role. Number 2. Paramount was worried about the movie's commercial appeal. The Truman Show was labeled the most expensive art film ever made by Paramount executives, who were concerned about its chances of success due to its $60 million price tag and incisive satirical commentary. The studio desired a lighter tone than Andrew Niccol's original script, which Peter Weir agreed to, and the script went through 16 rewrites before Weir was satisfied. Number 1. Brian De Palma was initially set to direct. Brian De Palma, best known for his violent films such as Scarface, Carrey and Blowout, was originally set to direct The Truman Show. When he left United Talent Agency, however, he was no longer obligated to complete the film, and and the search for a new director could begin. The job was considered by Steven Spielberg, Tim Burton, Sam Raimi, Terry Gilliam, and Barry Sonnenfeld. Raimi even had a meeting with Jim Carrey. These directors would have all made a very different version of the film than the one we got. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.